Alright guys, welcome back. We have 100% download completed. We are going to start the game. We are here with the new Malice pack. Not only Malice, but also the new Teddy support. In this video, we will answer the question, as always, on release day. Should you buy this pack? Is it worth it? Oh, we have a Malice bundle. Okay, so we're going to look at everything, obviously. We can draw from the Malice pack here. We have a campaign where we get basically free packs for the Malice pack. And we have a Malice bundle. This is very interesting. And we have Chessicat, which is a super rare. Okay, obviously we're going to take a look at the rarities in a second here. Yeah, we have the new selection pack, new accessoires, and also this campaign where we get the new Malice pack. Let's see how good this bundle is in a second here. We can go to the shop and check out what we have here. By the way, we are obviously streaming today with the new pack. We have new accessoires. We have a wallpaper of Liberator Ito. I don't know why. And then we have this Malice accessoire bundle, which this could be very cool. I love the deck, obviously. I'm not the biggest fan of accessoire bundles, but you basically pay 500 to get this deluxe sleeves here, and then you also get, do you get a field spell? No, you get an icon, you get another card pack, and then you get, and a wallpaper. So yeah, I will probably go for this since I'm loving Malice. Obviously, if you want to go for a full, if you want to basically maximize your gems, then you shouldn't go for this because you're paying 500 more for not getting 5 packs more. But yeah, cool that we get a bundle for the new pack. I think this could be something they will do with every pack now. We will obviously, or most likely also see this for the Ryziel pack, but obviously for a budget player, you should not go for this. And then we have the new pack. Do we have some new secret packs? Maybe here we can take a look, but this is not the case. So we only have the new selection pack only, right? Because this is obviously a very, very impactful one. So let's look at this. We have the animation of Crypta, obviously. Unfortunately, because Crypta you will summon the least. And the most interesting question when it comes to the pack is obviously how are the rarities, and also we will talk about what you need for these specific decks. So how many of the new cards you need for the deck. Cards included in this pack, and let's see at the ultra rare decks here. So we have the Malice Hearts Crypta as an ultra rare. We knew this already. If you want to play Malice, you only need this once, which is super nice. We have a reprint of Draco Berserker of the Tenny. This is cool. Because if you want to go for the new Tenny Sword Soul cards, these are new Tenny cards, but then again, you will play this with Sword Soul. If you don't have a Draco Berserker, you can get it here. That's nice. We have Diablantis, the Menacing Mantis. Is this a new card or was this already here? Okay, this was already here. Not the most important one, not quite sure why we have this here. I guess because you can make a synchro with the new cards happen. I guess this is why. Okay, the Malice text is expensive. I already see this. We have the Battle West Grand Partisan, the Revolution. I can't really tell you how many of these you need for the Battle West Black. I'm not familiar with this. Then we have the new Tenny Spirit, Mula Adhara. If you don't know how to play the new Tenny cards, I have a guide for this up. And you will only need this once because you make this on the first turn, adding the field spell, and afterwards it's not really important. We have the Right Rabbit, which you definitely need thrice, as well as the Dormouse, and you can see right here the Marcher that you also need thrice, and the Malice and Underground you also need thrice. So this is expensive for Malice, but who wonders? This was kind of to be expected. We have Tenny Spirit Zuruya, which is the new Tenny Extender. Very cool. You can summon her if you control a worm on face a monster, and she's a level 4 tuner, which is obviously super, super nice. So you definitely want her thrice if you want to play the new updated Sword Soul Tenny version. Liberator Ito, I'm not even sure where you will use this. This is a reptile. I don't know. I'm not even sure what this card does. I would say if you get this, you can decraft it. Malice P. Marcher has definitely a thrice copy. You can play this at 2 in theory, but I would play this at 3. Then once again, Armed Rebellion is a new card for the Battle West support, which I'm not sure how many of these you need. Malice and Underground, you definitely want 3 copies. And then you have Delta of Invitation, which you can use for zombie decks, for Eldritch deck, for example. So if you pull this, you could keep this once. Other than that, I would say 1 Hearts Crypta, and then 1 Draco Berserker of the Tenny if you get it. Probably 1 of this is enough. 1 of Mula Adhara, 3 White Rabbit, 3 Dormouse, 3 Zuruya, 3 Marcher. I'm not quite sure with the Armed Rebellion, 3 Underground, and then you can keep a Delta of Invitation in theory. So should you pull from this pack, according to the ultra rares, if you want to build Malice, then this is an obvious pull from this pack because you need so many ultra rares. In fact, we need 5 ultra rares, and then you need 3 of all of these. So These are 6, this is 12, and we need 13 ultra rares, and this is only the engine basically, and yeah, non-engine is also a lot. If you don't know how to play Melis, I have a guide up. There's also a deck profile that you can go ahead and copy, play the deck obviously. So yeah, you should pull from this pack if you want to go for the Melis stuff. This is very useful. Melis will be the best deck at the current moment, and will continue to be one of the most dominant decks for a while, because this will also get new support in the form of the new Adignista support, which will make this deck even better. In my opinion, this will also be the more dominant one in comparison to Ryziel, which we most likely get next month. So this is a good investment. This will be relevant for a while, and especially if we see some hits on these cards, which will definitely come sooner or later, then this might even be better, funnily enough, because then people will definitely not play the hard counters to this deck like Artifact Lancia. You will probably see a lot of Artifact Lancia at the beginning, but then later on, if this deck gets a bit more unprominent, people won't play this, and then this once again even gets better. So this is one of these very, very good investments. So definitely worth pulling from here if you want a very good, strong meta deck. This is a combo deck, mind you, so you have to decide on whether you want to play this kind of deck basically. And then for the super rares, we can go to newly added cards to see what else is in here. Obviously, there's the Red Ransom and White Binder. You need one of all of these, so one Red Ransom, one White Binder. Then he has Slotscape. You could also play Chessicate. You need thrice, but it's only a super rare. Then we have the new field spell, Tenny Infinity. You need one of this. Melis in the Mirror, and you need one. And if we scroll down even further, you can see reprints of the Tenny monsters. But now we are at the rare category, so it doesn't really matter at this point anymore. Scrolling down even further, we see some insect reprints. We have a Parallel Exceed, which in theory you could play this. This is a Cyberstack Melis. That is obviously. We have the GVC 06. Where are the other traps, by the way? There's the TB, and the other one is a super rare. Is this the case? Where is the third Melis trap? Ah, here. It's also a rare. Okay. So yeah, Melis tax, the ultra tax is definitely high. This is an expensive deck, but also a deck that is definitely worth the investment. Should you pull from this pack? In general, I'd say yes, this is one of the better packs. If you want to wait for Ryziel, I'm assuming this is coming in August, honestly. I'm not quite sure though. This is not guaranteed, but I think if it does not come in August, where also the World Championship takes place, then this will come in September at the latest point. This would be very, very late though. I think August we will get Ryziel and yeah, Melis. If you want to go for Melis, go for this pack. If you want to save your resources on the maximum, don't go for this bundle. But if you have the resources, then obviously you can do this. I think it's very nice that we have this bundle option as well. And yeah, we'll obviously stream now later on. I will also have a counter guide to Melis where I'll show you all the hand traps and the board brackets that you can effectively use against this deck. So here it goes. Have fun with the new update. Hopefully you have luck pulling the Melis cards, because obviously they are very expensive. And we will see each other in the next one, and maybe today in the live stream.